Now at 6, a 6-hour-long standoff in southeast Portland ends with the suspect being brought out in handcuffs. How officers managed to get him out after they say he barricaded himself in an apartment. Coming up in a live report.
And do spring allergies have you down? Well, in just a few minutes, Thomas Schultz will join us with tips from experts on how to keep some of the itching and sneezing at bay. Plus,
we had a Diet Coke.
Oh, okay.
I stopped at the store though, so.
Oh, you did not have to do that.
Oh, that's okay.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, man.
A pizza delivery driver's random act of kindness is going viral and helping him get one step closer to retirement. How much money a GoFundMe for him has raised in a matter of weeks. Ahead as your news at sunrise starts right now. Good morning. We start this hour of sunrise with a live look from our Wells Fargo Skycam. We have issued a KGW weather impact alert for thunderstorms expected this evening. Good morning and thank you for joining us here. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Hertz. Glad to have you with us. Chris McGinnis will have a look at your morning commute in just a minute. But first, we're going to get over to Rod with more on that weather impact alert. Rod.
Yeah, thank you guys. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. It's important to note that most of the daytime hours today are simply going to be nice. Partly cloudy and up to about 70. We start the impact alert as early as 4 o'clock. But really, as China mentioned, it's this evening that we're really watching for scattered storms, still absolutely expected to be moving up into the Willamette Valley. And these storms yesterday to our south had a history of lightning, heavy rain, hail, and gusty winds. At one point, the Weather Service office out of Medford issued a warning for a storm cell that they thought had potential for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So there is that risk factor that we get one or two really strong cells this evening. Right now, everything's coming up out of California. That's been the pattern and will be the pattern again today. We've actually got some light showers, kind of remnant showers from storms yesterday that have made it up along our north coast. This action will continue to push out of here this morning. So Portland's dry, really a pretty shot we showed you a moment ago from the Wells Fargo building. Partly cloudy skies, 53 degrees, really mild outside, good grief. 65 at noon. We start the impact alert later this afternoon with a temperature of 73. Here's Chris.
Hey Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with an update on that early morning traffic alert. The update is that Highway 26 westbound, apologize for the cameras here, the freeway has just reopened. An overnight crash had westbound Highway 26 closed at 217 for about 5 hours this morning. TVFNR and Beaverton police actually confirming that one person was taken from the scene with reportedly life-threatening injuries. I can show you now that the freeway has reopened, so some good news there as far as the traffic is concerned. And really, across the system, we're zipping along at a speed limit clip, so I don't have any major freeway trouble out there just yet. A reminder and some more good news on the traffic front. We've got a reopening of the Broadway Bridge. Multnomah County announcing that this is opening on schedule on Sunday. That means the Portland streetcar will also resume service rolling over the Broadway Bridge. Again, guys, that is on Sunday. Back to you.
All right, good news, Chris. Thank you. We have a missing person alert. Police are looking for Thomas Stanwood. You may see an alert for him on the reader boards along the highway as you drive into work this morning. According to Trip Check, he's about 6'1" and 187 pounds with blue eyes and short gray hair. He was last seen wearing a gray sweater, blue jeans, and tan shoes. He's believed to be driving a black 2009 Ram 2500 with the license plate ORD 47736.
An hours-long standoff in a busy southeast Portland neighborhood last night ends with a suspect in custody.
Police say it all started with a report of smoke at an apartment, then escalated when firefighters were confronted at the door. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson is live with how this all unfolded. Corey.
Yeah, police say this lasted about 8 hours yesterday here in the Richmond community, ending late last night with that suspect taken into custody uninjured. Now, police got the call to this area just after 2 yesterday afternoon to help Portland Fire and Rescue respond to smoke at an apartment. When firefighters got there, police say the suspect confronted them at the door with a weapon. Once investigators determined there was no active fire, Portland police then brought in their emergency emergency and negotiation teams. The incident shutting down Division Street between Cesar Chavez Boulevard and 50th Avenue for several hours. Now, after the suspect refused to interact with law enforcement, that's when police say they moved in on the suspect using drones and gas. That suspect was eventually taken into custody, but one neighbor who wanted to remain anonymous says it all started when he smelled smoke.
Smells in the elevator, smells in the whole building. I was hearing bangs from my floor, literally someone banging on the wall.
Now, they also tell us more formal charges are expected later today, but they will likely include first-degree arson as well as reckless burning. Matthew, China.
Our Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. Thank you, Corey. The medical examiner has identified the two people who died when a car crashed into the Willamette River on Monday. They are 19-year-old Roberto Garcia Chavez and 17-year-old Trent Badillo. Both are from the Beaver Creek area. Investigators believe Garcia Chavez was driving the car. Police say the person who was rescued from the river is a 17-year-old boy, but officials aren't identifying him. The fourth person who was in the car is believed to be a 20-year-old man. He still hasn't been found.
Authorities are asking for your help finding a former Gresham police officer turned fugitive who is facing dozens of sex crime charges. A Multnomah County grand jury indicted Hector Carranza last year on 56 charges, including rape, sodomy, and sex abuse, all allegedly involving an underage girl. He posted bail and was released with ankle monitors, but investigators say he cut it off last month and is now on the run. There's a nationwide warrant out for his arrest. Anyone with information should contact the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office.
Vancouver police have arrested Joshua Tejeda in a child luring investigation. Police first released this image back on March 28th, asking anyone who recognized the man to come forward. Tejeda has been booked into Clark County Jail and faces charges of assault, communicating with a minor for immoral purposes, and luring. And if you or someone you know is a sexual assault survivor, help is always available. You can call the number there on your screen, 1-800-656-4673, to reach the National Sexual Assault Hotline. Support is available 24/7. Your time now is 6:07. Everywhere you look, flowers are blooming, trees are budding, and pollen is filling the air, which is not great for many of us who have allergies.
Yeah, so we're bringing in allergy expert Thomas Schultz, who joins us from Providence Portland Medical Center, Northeast Portland. Thomas, what are doctors saying about this?
Yeah, well, guys, just for me personally, allergies are something I've always dealt with, and I know they're really in effect when the top of my mouth starts to just itch a little bit weird. But for this time of the year, it's those pesky trees that are the biggest problem, doctors say. According to Dr. Kerman Nagvi with Kaiser Permanente, tree pollen is the primary contributor to bad allergies. Grass and weed pollen are a little bit lower right now, but they'll produce more as the spring goes on. And if you're worried about allergies, now is the time to act. No one wants to walk around congested or with bleary eyes. Not only does that impact focus, doctors say it affects sleep and overall health. So here's what you should do. Keep a close eye on pollen levels. Try to go outdoors in the morning or evening, that's when pollen is the lowest, and keep that indoor air clean.
As tempting as it is to get the fresh air into your home or your apartment, your living quarters, keeping the windows closed so the pollen does not come inside is critical.
Doctors say a quarter of all adults and 20% of kids suffer from seasonal allergies. The biggest mistake people make is just not acting fast enough to counteract the allergies. Now, oftentimes, following those tips and getting over-the-counter medicine will do the trick. But if it doesn't, doctors say you might want to ramp it up a little bit. Go to your physician, your family doctor, and see if there's a treatment plan that'll work a little bit better for you. Matthew, China.
All right, our Thomas Schultz reporting live this morning. Thank you very much. Before we head to Rod, some news that might interest our Thomas Schultz as a volunteer fan. We want to introduce you to Smokey, the new mascot for the University of Tennessee. The 2-year-old blue tick coonhound is a rescue and will serve as the Vols' top howler. The dog's real name is actually Nayland. He's the 12th dog to hold the title of Smokey. He's replacing Smokey number 11, who retired last year because of his shy personality.
Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. All right, we do. What?
Retired because of the shy
He's a little shy
personality.
guy. That's
He wasn't
okay.
doing great.
He was an introverted dog.
Yes, he wasn't doing great. Okay, let's get back to business. We have issued a weather impact alert for thunderstorms expected this evening. So at you at home, if you see the red flashing stuff and then it goes to Rod, that's what we're talking about. But it's for later in the evening.
So, I'm kind of right in the middle because on the one hand, I want to tell you that much of your Friday is simply going to be nice. It's going to be dry. It's going to be partly cloudy here in Portland and Salem and Vancouver. We'll all get up to 70 or better again expected. But then things could quickly turn as we go into the evening hours, as we'll be tracking thunderstorm activity moving up from the south and this time pushing up through the Willamette Valley and potentially all the way up into southwest Washington as well. Here's our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. A lot of clouds, but some breaks. 52 is the number. Here's the Vancouver, the Springs of the waterfront camera. Kind of a bluish tone on the iris this morning, but you can tell there are breaks in the cloud cover. So a partly cloudy morning developing. 49 is the number. And that's actually one of the cooler spots. Look at all the 50s. That's really mild outside. 53 in Tigard. It's a south wind flow, and the cloudiness basically blow off clouds from the tops of thunderstorms that were strong to our south yesterday. 51 in Albany, and maybe your pavement's a little wet in your neighborhood. We had a few weakening showers from those storms that pushed up across our area, but we're mainly dry at this hour. So 53 right now, 65 at noon. Notice the red. The KGW weather impact alert begins at 4 p.m. and then extends until 11 this evening for that thunderstorm threat. And again, it's tough for me to tell you, is there going to be 2 storms in the valley? Is there going to be 7? Are you going to be in an area where there is a storm or not? So again, it's scattered precip that we're tracking. Much of the state looking at some sort of a shower or thunderstorm threat today. And here's your 7-day forecast, 73. It's actually possible we'll see some storms again tomorrow, but the overall risk factor for the valley is much lower tomorrow. No storm threat Sunday. And realize it's scattered precip this weekend. So much of your weekend is actually going to be dry. I'm hoping to get out and play around the golf tomorrow, in fact. Back to you.